How's it going, everybody? MyCupOfTea here, back on the reaction video, and we're here to watch some more videos from Degenerocity. Yay, yay. Now, I know it's been like 2 days since I last uploaded a video. Sorry about that. I've been working on my gaming channel, trying to do this really stupid challenge. It's really stupid. It's really stupid, but it's not important because today we're here to watch a video I've been looking forward to watch since like 2 weeks ago, called "The Best Artists to Fall Off." Because looking at the thumbnail, I see Fetty Wap, Chance the Rapper on the far right. In the middle, I don't know, but he made that song called "Somebody That I Used to Know." And yeah, but yeah, I wonder where they're at. I know why Chance the Rapper fell off, because of his album. And Fetty Wap, I forgot why exactly, but it's probably, he'll tell me. Let's watch this. All right, let's get it.
Longevity, a long duration of individual life. Some are long-lived, while others are cut short. Not only can this be applied to living, but also in all art and entertainment. Like, will this piece of work stand the test of time to be remembered as great, or will it be put in a modern art museum? Only time can tell. And many music artists throughout all the years had faded away alongside time. It's crazy to think about, because some of these artists, or at least their songs, were all over the radio and playlists and constantly being replayed.
I love that.
Next year, nobody's even having a thought about their music, let alone the artist. Their relevance was like receiving a happy ending from a ladyboy in Thailand. It lasts a good minute, but it finishes pretty quick. Don't judge my hobbies. Some get the stinky end of this deal by having short bursts of fame, then run straight into irrelevance for the rest of their, well, lives. And the rest are lucky enough to be one-hit wonders, with their hits being so timeless that we never forget them. Like, who can forget 1,000 Miles by what's her name?
I love that song. I think it's because of Terry Crews also. He was singing, I think it was the White Chicks. I maybe love it even more, but yeah, no, this song is iconic. It will always be loved. Everybody loves this song. Everybody. You can't tell me one person who doesn't like this song. If it's you, you're lying to yourself.
I swear, every time that song comes on in a crowded place, every bad thing that's going on in the world at that moment comes to a halt, and all of us sing along. You're singing it in the background. This song legit brings world peace. She doesn't need another hit. And Silent Hill with "Watch Me Wimp, Watch Me Nay Nay." I mean, none of us are playing that song nowadays, but when it was out, it was big. Like,
yeah, it was really big, but I know what happens later on. Like, I know what happens to this guy. He, crimes, criminal activities he did. Yeah, this was really big. Everyone was playing this. I had to learn how to do the stupid dances. Now break your legs. Break your legs.
Like, all the kids were dancing that song, playing it everywhere. You couldn't escape it. And to show how much of a phenomenon this song was, it was played at the biggest award show in the world. The Kids' Choice Award.
Oh my God, the biggest.
Bigger than that. That's a career peak for anybody. The impact of that song was insane. So you know the fall gotta be equal to that. Because after the song wasn't hot no more, the man fell off so hard, he murdered his cousin. There was Young Ma with "Ooh." This song will forever be a club hit. Shame she didn't have another. But at least some party or club somewhere will always be playing it.
I know she made some albums, but
I'm not allowed in clubs, so.
What'd you do
American Boy, it hurts saying she's a one-hit wonder, but the song is amazing. Also with a goated verse from the GOAT. The song is
I don't know any other song from her.
Well, she ain't really a one-hit wonder if you count the hits she made on Steven Universe. But forget everything I just said. When we think about the best artists to fall off, we think of the ones that had a big breakout song, an album that made people think this person will be here for the long run. They will become a household name, only for them to be in love and hip-hop a few years later. I'm sadly talking about Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, artist that comes from Jersey, represent, and probably the most popular rapper to come from here. Like, I was searching New Jersey rappers, and the second result is Fatboy SSE. So
I see Lauryn Hill though.
We're kind of lacking. Fetty Wap in 2015 literally blew up the entire hip-hop industry with his sleeper hit at the time, Trap Queen, which came out a year prior before it even reached the Billboard charts. And when I tell you everybody was singing this song, it was playing on every radio station, you couldn't escape it. In a good way. You can't tell me everyone and their doctors didn't know the opening 6 words of the refrain of the song. I'm like, hey, what's up? And on April...
It's been a while since I heard the radio, because I use Spotify now when I drive to places. But yeah, it was everywhere on the radio. And the if you go to gyms, well, not certain gyms that they played on the speakers. It was great.
2015, the song went #1 on the Billboard, beating Pitbull's song. Now, when you beat Mr. Worldwide in the charts, you're destined for greatness.
Exactly.
And #1 on Billboard is a crazy feat, don't get me wrong. But this dude still could have been a one-hit wonder. Come on, how many other people went #1 only to be never heard of again? Like, who the hell is DaBaby? But bro proved everyone wrong, because 1 month after Trap Queen went #1, he released 679 Drake Edition. Now,
yeah,
I have my qualms with Drake.
What the heck?
But I like the song.
Hey,
I like the song. Proving he ain't no one-hit wonder. But
it's not a one-hit wonder.
But soon after that, he released his self-titled studio album. Bro did not waste time. He saw the spotlight was on him, and he took his opportunity in the best way possible. Again, My Way.
Was good.
This album was filled with hit songs, or at least songs that would be played all over social media. Like Fetty Wap was basically the go-to artist to use in your Vine back then. And this dude's music was being played all the time on repeat. He was also making the songs he was featured in hits. Like nobody listened to Save That Money for Little Dicky, let's be honest. We're all listening for that hook.
Hold on now. I want Lil Dicky's verse in that song. Oh, he says y'all can't see it. Top right. But how did he start it? He started like dancing like that was a funny video, a premise right there. He's like, hey, can I use your mansions for my video, for free? Because I don't want to pay for a mansion or a yacht. He went to like rich people like, hey, can I use your property for this video? And it worked. I think that's how it happened. If not, then hey.
It seemed like this guy was unstoppable. And you could tell he felt that way too. Because 1 month after he released his studio album, he released another album. The consistency is crazy.
Back to
and
back.
To top it all off, it was a collab album with none other than French Montana. If you don't know who French Montana is that nigga that Diddy cropped out in that one photo, and for good reason. This man is not a good rapper. Never in your life have you been in a car or a function and someone says, hey, put on that new French Montana. You never heard that.
I never heard that.
You need to find new friends. These are the people that are bad influences that your mom and dad were talking about. Go hang out with murderers and drug dealers instead. At least those guys will have a more positive impact on you than a nigga that willingly listens to French Montana. You have free will in this beautiful life you have.
Good French
and you
Montana
spend it
verse.
on that,
None.
You can't trust them. Anyways, their album was called Coke Zoo, and it's 13 songs, and it's a 2 can of ass. Now, Fetty did have a better performance than French on here, obviously, but French had way more songs and verses than him, and overall, the album is just very bland.
Ooh, you trusted French Montana to deliver on the verses, Fetty? Oh, no. Oh, what a bad mistake.
No song sticks or stands out. It's just a nothing burger, bro. It has no replay value whatsoever. And after this project, his music slowed down on coming out, which is fine. He don't have to be like YoungBoy releasing an album every 3 days. In 2016, the next year, he had a good few charting songs he was featured in, and also his own single, Wake Up, peaking at 50 in the Billboard Hot 100. And during this period of time, it felt like the calm before the storm. Fetty was still in people's mouths. He was still performing sold-out shows and still charting. He was still very much popular. But after 2016, he kind of faded away out of the public eye more and more. He has released projects since then, but none of them created any buzz because overall, all of them were pretty meh. But also, there were no hits. See, Fetty Wap was very much a hit rapper, which is not a bad thing. It's just a bad thing when you want a fan base that would actually stay. And since he wasn't making any more hits, more people stopped talking about him. Plus, his new music sounds identical to the rest of his other music. I mean, you can say the same thing for other artists too, but Fetty's music also sounds dated. Like he was a product of his time and didn't try any new sounds or styles with his music to catch up to his own contemporaries.
Jesus
Other than
Christ.
that 2018 6ix9ine song Kiki, he has kind of disappeared from the popular space of music. And since then, in late 2022, he's pleaded guilty in drug charges. And he's looking at 5 to 40 years in prison.
Dang.
That's tough. But also during his fall off, Trap Queen is diamond. 10 million units sold. So at least he will also have a legacy to look back on in hip-hop history. Fetty Wap may have been a victim of falling down the stairs with a mediocre at best discography to look back on. There's another artist that I believe fell off, but on top. Gotye. Gotye was a solo artist from Australia who started his pro music career in 2001 when he released his self-titled EP. And during these years, he sent his EPs to radio stations, building a name for himself up to the release of his debut album, Like Drawing Blood, in 2006. And this album is actually pretty good. The songs have a unique flow and groove to them, and I'm terrible at describing music I like. The music sounds good to my ears.
Listen, that's all I need to hear.
Apparently, others thought the same because this album was pretty successful in the indie space. It was critically acclaimed. It was voted Best Album of 2006 in a listener poll by Triple J, a popular Australian radio station. The track Heart's a Mess was ranked number 8 on the station's Hot 100 of 2006. It also went platinum in Australia. Like, bro wasn't a nobody before his real big hit happened. or at least not a nobody in Aussie land. It even won iTunes Album of the Year in the UK in 2008. Bro was kind of a big deal,
funny.
And he would become an even bigger one once he released his second solo album in 2011, Making Mirrors, where one of his lead singles, Somebody That I Used to Know, well, blew the fuck up. I love this song so much. Now, I wish I could pick a different song as my favorite, since I've listened to all of his solo music and also to seem more cultured, I guess. But this is my favorite song from him. No matter how many times I listen to it, even after 10 years later, it doesn't get old. And the whole sound of the song is unique too. Early 2010s pop radio songs were sounding more like electronic EDM dance music, sounding like a YouTube gaming channel intro. You know, a lot of them sound dated too, but not this song. Never this song. And the song did get his flowers. A lot of them too. And after his world tour, all eyes are still on him, especially since he just won the Record of the Year at the Grammy Awards. The people were waiting for more music from him. Except that ain't happened. Bro went radio silent, and not in a people weren't interested in him no more kind of way. No, bro disappeared from everywhere.
He just said, I'm done.
Social media even started rumors saying he was dead, where he went out of hibernation just to tweet, nah, I'm alive. Then not long after the tweet, he posted a blog post saying he no longer will be releasing solo music and Gotye will be no more. Huh? You know what? This dude just released one of the biggest songs of the decade.
Maybe he's like, you know what, I can't get better than this, or I'm tired of making music, let me just retire on a high note, which I respect. I respect that. Sometimes you gotta know when to pack it up and fold it, or just keep going and pray that you, like, you know, your fans will stick with you. If not, they'll turn you like Fetty Wap, not turn you, but like they'll lose interest, and then you won't be like looked upon highly anymore, I guess,
and now
in
he's
the community.
Quitting? Why? That's like shooting yourself in the foot. What the heck? Well, one, in the post, he said he wanted to only focus working on music with his band, The Basics. By the way, he's in the band. I didn't mention that. And in interviews, he talks as if he doesn't really want the insane fame in the first place, which is fine, I guess, if that's what he wanted. Plus, I bet he can have a steady living for the rest of his life on that one song alone. It's just missed potential. Because Gotye was genuinely a great artist who could have stayed for the long run, instead of that one song being mostly his remembered legacy. Like, Bronte is a great song and has a greater music video. More people should see this. He still releases music with his band, The Basics, but I haven't listened to them yet. Plus, I've heard he's mainly the drummer. But Gotye is a great musician, so I wouldn't be surprised if I do like his band too. And maybe, hopefully, he could release more solo music in the future. Alright, I'm gonna stop glazing this dude and move on to the next man. Or baby. DaBaby.
Let's go. It all went down. I was like, that one concert he said something. He said something he shouldn't have said, and he like doubled down on it, or he like apologized, which he made a bigger issue out of it. He did something. He was
baby, rapper, meme, car. He's mad popular. Also, some of y'all might be thinking, I thought this was the best artist to fall off. Why he here? And yeah, he might not be nowhere near the best in anything, but I like Kirk and Baby on Baby. You know, I think he is a better discography than Fetty Wap. So now, although this guy's fall from grace is kind of recent, it's very evident that this man is 100% not the big star he used to be. Bro in 2019 and 2020 was on top. He released 3 albums that made it to the top of the charts. Had hit after hit. Bro's song Rockstar with Roddy Ricch was #1 for 7 straight weeks. He was nominated for 6 Grammys, endorsement after endorsement, TV performance after performance, getting away with murder at a Walmart. It seemed like nobody could stop this.
There's more context to that one, but
then this guy decided to be in a bunch of controversies. Assaulting airport kiosk workers, slapping a female fan for trying to take a picture of him, beefing with JoJo Siwa just cause she's taller than him. Bro was just constantly getting in trouble. And the final straw was that 2021 Rolling Loud set where he just started saying the dumbest shit.
Ladies, if you like to shove bowling balls and pineapples up your pussy, put your cell phone flashlights in the air right now.
I mean,
and fellas, if you like sucking on balls, leave. I ain't with that gay stuff, man.
That's basically what he said, kind of. I mean, that's not exactly, but that's basically how it came up.
Leave, man. I ain't no Frank Ocean. Leave that stuff at home.
Yeah, dude said some homophobic stuff, and basically the whole industry turned on him. He lost a majority of his and some faceless.
If you like sucking on balls, leave.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, he did the
voice. That gay stuff.
No, we're good.
We're good. That stuff at home.
Yeah, dude said some homophobic stuff, and basically the whole industry turned on him. He lost a majority of his endorsements. Bro was pulled off of concert lineups, and overall, the public wasn't really messing with him no more. He even one time had to cancel his New Orleans show because it only sold 500 tickets in a venue that's supposed to seat 14,000. If that doesn't indicate a fall off, then I don't know what does. His recent album, Baby on Baby 2, only sold 17K first week versus his 2019-2020 albums that would sell 150K.
Ooh, that's a huge
on the
decrease.
Billboard charts. It just seems like bro really messed his own career up for nothing. And some people still might say he hasn't fallen off. Look at his Spotify monthly listeners. Bro still pulling big numbers. Okay, remove the Dua Lipa song and that cuts off at least half of these listeners off, minimum. Then remove Rockstar and that's probably minus 5 million right there. Most of this dude's listeners are only listening to his hits that most of the time he's only featured in. It ain't that hard to pinpoint this info. And do I feel bad for his fall off? No! Bro did this entirely himself. Even on his new album, Baby on Baby 2, on his song Socks, he says,
"Lost 20 million for keeping it real, bitch. I don't give a fuck about no money."
Bro isn't even sorry. He basically said all the apologies he said in the past.
Yeah, he made an apology.
Mean nothing.
What
but
the
who
heck?
knows? Maybe he will make a comeback. He has a new song that debuted at number 92 on the Billboard Hot 100. Although the Repo Reaper on TikTok is the only reason his song is getting any streams. That tells you where his career is at right now. All right, I gotta move on from this dude and talk about a person that genuinely hurts my soul that I had to say this.
It's gonna be Chance.
Chance the Rapper.
Oh, Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper? Acid Rap? Something. Nagi Sacker? Oh, Chance, man. Chance. That the Big Day album ruined you. It was too long, I believe. Because I heard it once. Maybe I gotta hear it again. But it was too long. It wasn't like the same songs like we heard in the past. Like it was like a whole new different vibe. I think he was talking about his marriage a lot in that song too. I don't know. Then he made like some goofy songs like what was it, Hot Shower? Which is alright. It's hot water, hot Hercules or something. But yeah,
Chance the Rapper started his career with his breakout mixtape 10 Day, which was okay. But then the year after, Acid Rap came out and it was amazing.
Now I know when he made Acid Rap, I think he was actually on acid when he made it. Like he was like recording it, or and at that time I think he was like actually doing drugs a lot, which is bad. It's very bad, very bad. But he did make good music. I'm not saying do drugs to make better music. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying during that time he took some drugs, I believe.
In my opinion, it's up there with hip hop's best all-time mixtapes.
I'll believe it.
Unique sound to hip hop with the fun, bouncy, and sometimes melodic tracks here. The whole mixtape brings a supreme vibe to it that a lot of other projects don't bring. Also, his ad-libs going every track, revolutionary. Acid Rap is just a great project that introduces talent to a much wider audience. Bro was destined to be big, especially upon the release of his album.
Coloring Books.
The Coloring Book. In middle school, I adored this album. It was constantly in my rotation, and personally, I loved it more than Acid Rap. I
don't know about that part. I still treat Acid Rap as his best album. That's just me.
Every song on here on repeat, and my favorite song on the album would change like every week. My favorite is All We Got. No, it's Angels. No, it's No Problems. No, it's Juke Jam. This album is like perfect. I mean, I don't think it's top tier hip hop music or anything, but I have zero complaints about the album.
No, it's a great album. Great album.
And All Night. But I can forgive it. This album is
great.
I love this album so much. He deserved all the praise and awards he got from it. This album was a big part of my middle school days, and Chance was definitely one of my favorite rappers, period, during that time. I was deeply anticipating more Chance music in the future. I mean, he met Kanye West. He was never going to fail, right? So his next project was bound to succeed. And then it happened. 3 years after The Coloring Book, he announced his debut album,
The Big
Day.
Yes.
Holy guacamole. This was a big day for me. I couldn't wait. I was ready. And on Friday morning, 12 a.m. on release, I put on my headphones. I could feel the sweat going down my gluteus maximus. I am so happy.
Jesus, that's what was going down far.
And as I was listening to the music, the songs felt a little off.
Ew.
A bit different from his previous music. It was perhaps a little more experimental.
Yeah, he's talking about his wife a lot. Which is it's fine, it's just there's a lot. Oh my god, these sound effects.
Dog, what the fuck am I listening to? It was garbage. Dreadful. Gobbledygook. And not in like a French Montana Fetty Wap Coke Zoo nothing burger kind of way. Because if it was, it would actually be better. Because with a nothing burger, you just get no nutrition or enjoyment out of it. The big day is like receiving a lobotomy. Like,
oh my god,
this album had like 8 writers and 8 producers for each song.
Too many people.
2, the lyrics are just look at this. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly with a peanut butter jelly. It'll break your back.
I don't remember that. I must have blocked that out of my mind. Oh my god.
By the way, almost all the lyrics on this album are this corny and this trash.
God.
And when he's not talking about peanut butter jelly or God, he's talking about loving his wife. Yeah. Now, I understand you love your wife, dude. I love your wife too. But if you're not going to talk about your love for her in any kind of interesting way or do it in any other creative way other than just say, I love her and she's beautiful, she's my queen. Bro, can you talk about something else? Can you talk about doing drugs again, please? Every song has the same rhythm, tone, feel. It doesn't change or do anything interesting, which is even worse since this album is almost an hour and 20 minutes long. Honestly, this is probably the most disappointing album from an artist I loved I've ever listened to. Because even with the albums I don't like from artists that I love, there's usually a good few tracks I would come back to, you know, that I like, but not this one. Not a single one on this album has replay value. And when I say these things, I don't mean for anybody to shit on Chance, because I still think overall he's a great artist.
100%.
It's just this project upsets me so much,
because
this has been basically his last album for the past almost 4 years.
Dang.
And the album sucks. The man has released very little music since this album, outside from that Christmas mixtape he released in 2020 with Omarion or whoever. I don't care. I'm not listening to that. That's not a real project.
I know he's been on like a couple features too. Like there's this one with, I think it was it Vince Staples or Vic Mensa? It was some song I heard. He's featuring it. It was actually pretty good. Body. I like that, but yeah. Actually making like standalone songs or solos, he hasn't made that much.
And I feel like this dude knows the bad reception his album gets. That's why he's been wearing his #3 hat promoting Coloring Book for the past 7 years. I swear this hat is surgically attached to this man. Take that shit off already. Damn!
Balls.
Maybe I'm looking at Chance's last projects through rose-tinted glasses. Because I listened to those albums as I was a kid. And even though The Big Day is a terrible album, I am so happy for the current success of Chance.
100%.
I love seeing him being part of modern media despite not releasing any music in a number of years. I am so happy for him. He might have fallen off quality-wise, but I only want future uphill success for him. No matter if he releases any more music
100%, yeah.
And if he does release more music, hopefully this album was just a hiccup and he starts burping again. And yeah, I feel like I've discussed enough in this video, although I definitely could make a part 2 to this. There's a few others off the top of my head that I could list.
Who's that?
Like Coldplay and Maroon 5.
Maroon, oh my god.
How you go from this to this?
Red pills, what is this? Okay.
Like seriously. Also, there's one more that fell off quality-wise that I can rant about for days on end.
Who?
But that's for another day.
Okay.
I feel like I've said my piece, and in conclusion, I kind of like Hot Shower. I've said my piece.
What did he say?
And in conclusion,
pineapple pizza. You know, my friend likes pineapple pizza. I tried it once. I think it was like a couple years ago. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I wouldn't have it again. It's like a weird taste in my system, like sweet. It's like the sweet pineapple and then the sauce of the pizza. It's like a weird feeling in my stomach that I don't sit with. But it wasn't like, oh god, this is dreadful. Now, what I won't ever try is anchovies on pizza. Fish on pizza, I will never try that. You can't even pay me to try that. That sounds like a sin against God. God, I can't do that. But pineapple pizza, it ain't that bad. It's not that bad.
Conclusion, I kind of like Hot Shower.
Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, hot. It wasn't. That song is not that bad. It's not that bad. You just gotta turn your brain off. Just, you just having fun with it. Now, when I first heard it, I was pissed. I'm like, what the heck is this? What is this? But as I grew up, I heard it again. I'm like, you know what? This song's not that bad.
I'm sorry. It's kind of grown on me. I'm sorry.
baby. Okay. I like that. I really want to watch that to check it out. So I was like, what did you have to say about Chance the Rapper? I wanted to hear it. And yeah, I agree. I agree with these picks, or what he said, especially about Chance, except for the coloring book better than Acid Rap. I don't know about that. But yeah, opinions are opinions. Yeah, I'm happy that Chance is, successful outside of music because, again, he was like in a dark place taking drugs, but I'm pretty sure he's clean off of that now. And, as we all see, he's in the media doing like these shows on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, on these game shows. He's just living life. He's living his best life out there. I'm happy for it. Again, his latest album was bad, in my opinion, but that doesn't take away that he's living a successful life. I wish nothing but high praise. I wish the best for him. If he wants to make another album, I'm all here for it. Just please make it, with some substance on it. Don't just talk about your life again. Unless it's creative. I just want some more substance, That was fun. That was a fun video. I'm glad I got to watch it. I have to go now because I am very late. Hopefully I can upload this video in the same day, which is Wednesday. If not, you'll see it Thursday, along with some other videos like Beyblade, maybe some Pokemon videos. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jujutsu Kaisen comes out tomorrow, too. Gotta check that out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy my reaction, and thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. See you, everybody. Yep. Acid Rap was one of my favorite albums back then growing up. I was like, oh my goodness, it's great. I couldn't wait for Chance's latest projects, but yeah, The Big Day was not it. Fetty Wap, just a shame what happened to him. You gotta stay away from them drugs. You gotta stay away from them drugs, people. Stay away from them hardcore drugs. That's my message for today.